Hey mamas, every parent wants to do what's best for their baby, and as parents, we learn something new every day. As new parents, there's a lot to learn at the beginning, which can feel daunting and a little overwhelming if you've left the hospital where you've had all this care and now you're on your own to figure it out and you're still not certain you have all the answers. Let me tell you a little secret now before we go on. Nobody has all the answers, and everybody is figuring it out day by day. Some of us, though, have just already walked on the road you're on right now and have learned those lessons. So to make it easier on you and to help you feel confident in caring for your baby by having some basic newborn care knowledge, I'm sharing with you in this video tips on how to successfully burp your baby and relieve gas to help them avoid reflux and find more comfort. I'm Bridget, and I'm a childbirth educator and birth doula in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I love helping mamas trust that they are built to birth, nourish, and nurture their babies. If you're new here and haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. No one likes seeing a little baby uncomfortable, especially not their parents, but unfortunately, parents often do experience their baby being uncomfortable, and a lot of times the culprit is trapped gas. You'll either have a baby who spits up frequently and cries after a feed, or has trouble falling and staying asleep and just appears to be overall uncomfortable. All of these things are pointing to the possibility of trapped gas that either needs to come out their mouth or out of their bottom. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how you as their parent can do just that. So let's start with how to burp your baby. When babies drink milk, it's pretty common for them to swallow air while they are doing it. To help them avoid that, you can make sure that they have a good latch where their lips are flanged over your nipple and you don't hear clicking sounds, which means that the suction is breaking between their mouth and your breast. If you're bottle feeding, you want to make sure that you are using the correct nipple size for their age. And if you're feeding them from a bottle as well, you want to make sure that you are feeding them at more of an upright angle. But even if you're doing everything right, babies usually need to burp during and after they eat. And sometimes it can be a struggle to help them get up that uncomfortable air bubble that's trapped in their tummy. So when it comes to burping your baby, you want to be doing it throughout the feed. If your baby doesn't struggle too bad with reflux or trapped gas, then doing halfway through the feed will likely be fine. So either when you're switching sides, if you're breastfeeding, or when they're halfway through the bottle, if you are bottle feeding. If they do struggle a little bit more with reflux or swallowing air, you might need to do it every 2 to 5 minutes during the nurse or every 2 ounces or so from the bottle. When you burp your baby, you want to put just enough pressure on their bellies to help force that air bubble up and out. And there are a few good ways that you can do that. The first is over the shoulder. And for mamas with breasts, laying baby so that their belly is having pressure applied from their breasts is going to help that bubble release in their belly and travel up. For dads, since you don't have those breasts, you'll want to hike baby up just a little bit higher so that the belly is resting more on your shoulder, so that the pressure from your shoulder is gently easing that bubble out, and then you'll firmly pat your baby's back in an upward motion just like this. You'll want to make sure that you are using a burp rag over your shoulder just in case a little dribble or full-on spit up is happening so that it doesn't get entirely on your clothes while you're burping your baby. My favorite burp rags are actually just cloth diaper inserts. They're so absorbent and super affordable because who wants to spend money on something that basically just is meant to clean up vomit? I will link them down below so that you can get them for yourself. Now, if your baby is spitting up when you're not burping them and you're not sure what to do about it, make sure you watch this video that I'm linking up here talking about reflux and why your baby might have it. All right, the second burping position is sitting upright. So your baby is going to be on your lap with your hands supporting their head just like this, kind of around their ears, just like this, and I'm doing it on the table instead of on my lap. And so your hand that is supporting their neck and their head is also gently pressing on their belly. So it's providing that pressure from your hand and arm and pushing on your belly just slightly to help force that bubble to come down or come up and out. And so as you're in this position, you're also going to want to pat your baby's back kind of in an upward position, just like this, because that is the direction that you want that air bubble to move. You want it to move up. So when they're in this position, just lightly but firmly pat their back just like this. Sometimes because of the pressure on their belly, along with that bent over leaning position with them being upright, this technique is the one that works wonders for parents who have had babies with difficulty burping. The third technique, which is the lap burping, is best used if baby is uncomfortable but not immediately after a feed. So if after 20 minutes or so your baby is pretty uncomfortable and having a hard time settling, you can lay them over your lap with one leg under their belly and the other leg under and supporting their head, which is turned to the side. You'll definitely want a burp rag for this one to avoid that common spit up that will happen with this burping technique. This technique puts more pressure on baby's belly, which is why it's super helpful in getting those burps out, but also why you want to avoid patting them in this position like you do with the other techniques. So instead, for this position, you're just going to firmly rub your baby's back in a circular motion. Or if you do pat them, you're going to want to do it pretty lightly, closer to their upper back than their lower, where you'll be putting a lot of that pressure on their belly. So those are 3 different techniques, and if after trying one or a couple of ways for 1 or 2 minutes or so and your baby isn't burping, they might not need to burp or be ready to burp yet. Sometimes it takes some time to work a burp out, so if they don't burp in a few minutes and they're still uncomfortable and fussy, try burping them again for a few more minutes. It's also important to keep them in an upright position for about 10 to 30 minutes before laying them down flat after they've eaten to help work out that trapped bubble inside. When you do lay them down, you can do some tummy time with them, which is also a good way to put pressure on their belly to work out any uncomfortable gas that's inside. So those are your burping tips and techniques, and hopefully helps you relieve any discomfort that your baby is experiencing. Now, to get rid of trapped gas that needs to come out the other end, there are some things that you can do to help bring comfort to your baby. Again, we want to use pressure to our advantage to help bring that bubble of trapped gas out of their little body. So one way is by laying them on their belly, and for some added pressure, tucking their legs under their chest. So just like this, like you were doing tummy time, and tucking their legs under their chest so that they're in like a seated position, but laying down. Most babies don't really enjoy tummy time to begin with and might not enjoy this position either, so really you only want to leave them in this position for 1 or 2 minutes. Another way to relieve gas is by doing bicycle kicks with them. With bicycle kicks, you don't want to do this immediately after a feed because it can cause them to spit up, but 20 minutes or so after, you can lay your baby on their back, you can extend both of their legs, and then one at a time in a circular motion, bend the knee towards their chest and then extend it out again. You can also do this with both legs at the same time by moving up their knees towards their chest and then gently pulsating them against their tummy to help relieve the gas. You can alternate this for 2 to 3 minutes and then bring them up into an upright position against your chest with their legs tucked under their belly, just like you did for that tummy time position, but now on your chest. And that can also help them work out that gas that baby has. Then the other way to help ease digestion discomfort is by doing the I love you massage. So to do the I love you massage, you're going to do it with your baby laying down, but so that you guys can see it better, I'm going to do it with baby upright like this. And so the first movement of the I love you massage is doing the letter I on their lower left abdomen. And so you're just going to do a letter I, and then you're going to do a letter L across their abdomen, an upside down L across their abdomen, and then down, and then an upside down U going from the other side up to the top of their abdomen, across, and then down. So that is the I love you massage. You can do this I love you massage for 3 to 5 minutes, and to help your little one relax even more, you can do it after bath time using some warmed coconut oil or baby lotion. The I love you massage is a great way to help your baby relieve trapped gas, comfort, and calm them when they're uncomfortable, and bond with them as well. If you're still having a really tough time helping your baby release gas, you can try using a little gas reliever tool. If you've seen Frida Baby, it's called Windy, and you just place it slightly into the baby's anus and it helps release the gas really effectively. Oftentimes, this provides almost immediate relief, and for those of you who really need help getting your baby to feel comfortable, I'll link down below these gas relieving tools. So gripe water is a common aid in gas relief, but I actually don't recommend it because of some of the ingredients it may contain, such as sucralose, which is a fake form of sugar which the body has difficulty removing, plus it has sodium, which you want to be careful of limiting while babies are still young and their kidneys are still developing. The WHO does not recommend giving babies gripe water. However, if you do choose to use gripe water, I would recommend the Wellaments Organic Gripe Water, which I've linked down below. This is an okay short-term solution, but not something that you should use long-term if your baby is suffering from uncomfortable gas. Now, when it comes to tummy troubles with your baby, sometimes it's an easy fix like burping them more often or the occasional bicycle kicks to help them release the gas. But if your baby is constantly having reflux issues or uncomfortable gas or constipation, it's likely that the issue is from an imbalance in their microbiome. If you've been with me over in other videos, you might have heard me talk about the microbiome, which is made up of trillions of bacteria, primarily in the intestines, that can be both beneficial and harmful. In order for our body as well as our baby's bodies to feel good and function properly, it's important that we are feeding the good gut bacteria and not the bad ones. And a really simple way to do that is by taking probiotics. As a mama, whether you're nursing or not, this is so important for you and your baby. It could dramatically change the way that they feel. I've had so many mamas come to me with their baby's tummy issues, and I always point them to BioGaia Protectis probiotic that I've linked down below in the description. So many of these mamas, if not all of them, have come back to me saying how much it changed their baby's behavior by making them feel so much better. So whether your baby has noticeable tummy issues or not, a probiotic is going to support good gut health, which means a stronger immune system, better long-term health, and a happier baby. And lastly, if not even a probiotic is working, it could be that your baby has an intolerance to something that you are eating that's being passed through your breast milk into their system, or something in their formula that's not settling well in their tummy. If you think that that might be the case, watch this video where I talk about the elimination diet to help pinpoint what foods might be triggering such discomfort in your baby. If you're using formula, it may be that baby is allergic to the cow protein in the milk, soy, or something else in the formula, and it's a good idea to talk with a pediatrician to see which formula might be best in supporting your baby's tummy and overall health. I know all of you want what's best for your baby, so hopefully this video has encouraged you as you take on the learning curve of becoming a parent. Being a mama is the most rewarding job, but it also means we have to go through challenges, and mama, let me tell you something, you can do it. I hope this video has helped you feel confident to tackle the challenges of tummy troubles with your baby. So thanks for being with me in this video, and I will see you in the next one.